Hello everyone. Today I'm sharing, you think you're designing, but you're actually conveying information. The underlying logic of e-commerce product details pages. This is something many graphic designers, outsourcing teams, and merchants only gradually realize after working on product details pages for a long time. Because the reality is often, the page isn't ugly and the design is quite thoughtful, but users just don't feel anything after looking at it and don't place an order. You might subconsciously think, is it not sophisticated enough? Is the style wrong? Is the design lacking? But the truth is, the problem isn't with design level, but with you thinking about something wrong. First, the conclusion. The essence of a product details page isn't design, but communication. In e-commerce, the product details page is never showcasing aesthetics, showcasing design skills, proving how professional you are. Its true role is only one, within a limited time, to convey key information to the user's mind. If the information isn't conveyed, even the most beautiful design is ineffective work. 2. Why do many product detail pages look sophisticated but don't sell? Because they're doing one thing, expressing themselves instead of helping users understand. Common manifestations are, the design is rich, the format is complete, but the information lacks a main thread. Users scrolling through will find, I feel like I've seen a lot, but I don't know what the key point is. This isn't because the user isn't paying attention, but because the information delivery has failed. 3. The underlying logic of e-commerce product detail pages is actually very simple. You can think of a product detail page as a sentence. At every point where the user hesitates, provide the answer in advance. Instead of, what are my advantages? IV. What do users actually experience on a product detail page? A normal user, when clicking into a product detail page, usually only has these thoughts in their mind. 1. Is this what I want? 2. Are there any pitfalls? 3. Is it suitable for me? 4. Is it worth buying now? The purpose of a product detail page is to answer these questions sequentially. V. Why do detail pages that only pursue aesthetics inevitably fail? Because once design overshadows information, these problems arise. Key points are diluted, the order is disrupted, users need to make their own judgments. But users come to detail pages not to study, but to make quick decisions. As soon as users start struggling to understand, conversion rates begin to decline. 6. A truly effective detail page prioritizes information, with design as a supplement. You can use this principle to judge. If you remove all design, leaving only the text structure, is the logic still sound? If it is, the design is merely enhancing comprehension efficiency. If it isn't, the design is merely masking problems. 7. One of the easiest mistakes graphic designers make, treating selling points as information. Selling points information. Selling points are what you want to say. Information is what users need to know. For example, you might want to say, our process is complex and our materials are excellent. What users really care about are, will it be easy to use? Will it be durable? The same content, presented from the wrong angle, won't convey the information. THEPT. A detail page design approach that stays on track. Before designing each screen, you can ask yourself one question. When users see this screen, which question should be answered? If you can't answer that, this screen is most likely redundant. 9. Why are outsourced detail pages particularly prone to design overload? Because many requests are like this. Look more sophisticated. Show more strength. Don't be too ordinary. But these are expressions of desire, not the goal of communication. Outsourcing can only be supplemented with design, resulting in increasing complexity, increasing fatigue, and becoming increasingly off-target. Here's a truth for everyone doing e-commerce design. You think you're doing design, but actually, What you're doing every day is information translation. Translating product information into language users can instantly understand. When you realize this, you'll find design doesn't need to be flashy. Pages are actually easier to design, and conversions are easier to achieve. In short, the underlying logic of e-commerce product detail pages is never about how good the design is. It's about whether the information is seen, whether the key points are understood, whether hesitation is eliminated. When you prioritize information delivery before design, the product detail page will truly become a page that helps you sell products, not just a pretty-looking page.